Sometimes tech lets you down, funnels are not converting, and all the things that you're putting a lot of work and effort and energy behind then seems to fall apart. I've been there, it sucks, and I want to do this video because I've been having conversation with clients in the past few days where there were a lot of things that didn't go well, didn't go as planned. Tech problems, funnel not converting, presentations not going well. And this is a part of the industry that not many people talk about. We hear every time saying, you are one funnel away, you are just there, you're very close. We hear all the time, all you need is a webinar. But what does it really take to make something work? And the emotional effort and emotional resilience that it takes to run any business, but in this case we are talking about online businesses, as coaching and speaker, is something that is as important as the actual results that you're having, the actual webinars and presentations that you're creating. Because it will happen to everyone that you put a lot of money, times, idea, energy, expectation behind one thing. And because we are so attached to the results that we need to have, in particular in a situation where cash flow is an issue, then this thing becomes the only solution that needs to happen. It must work. And the more pressure we put on it, the less actually sometimes it seems to work. And I think there is a big lesson here in two things. One is understanding that whatever game we play in business is a game. It's a game that feels way too real, but is a game. And sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Sometimes all the presentation we think is the one that the webinar, the challenges, the things that must go well, they're actually the trainings and preparations for something else. And I remember running a webinar, I started doing webinars about 6 years ago actually. And the first 22 webinars, I didn't make one sale. Did not make one sale in 22 webinars. And every time this is the make or break. I gotta make this work, I need the money, I need the clients, I gotta make this webinar work. And guess what? It didn't work for 22 times. The emotional resilience that I had to keep going and actually optimizing it and find new audiences, find new people, optimize the presentation to make it work was soul destroying, to use a different word, not to use a different word. And so having been there, number one is to acknowledge that whatever sometimes the moment that we think is crunch time, that we gotta make it work, is actually a training and a preparation for something bigger and better to come. Because are those experiences that are making us stronger, are those experiences that are helping us not to take things too seriously. Because sometimes, as I mentioned, it's a game that feels way too real. So that's number one. Second part is always the iteration and the changes and improvements, because a lot of time I see that people get distracted with something else or get distracted with something different because what they do once, twice, or 3 times is not working. I remember it took me more than, 13 events that we ran to make my first sale from a live event. It took me, I said, more than 20 webinars to make my first sale on a webinar. And I'm not saying that it was a pleasant experience, but I was committed to the process, and in my mind I had the idea of I'm going to do whatever it takes to figure it out. I'm going to learn from every experience. I'm going to tweak and test and try different things. And even now there are plenty of things that I'm doing that are not working, even after many years of being in this industry. And after making a few millions with the work that we have been doing. And sometimes there are things that are unexpected, that work even better. Sometimes there are things that used to work before that are not working now. And I've learned to learn from the experiences, keep things as they are, and learn from them, play with what I have, with the idea that I'm going to improve this. And I found that this has been, for me, the most useful attitude to have. And I don't know if you need to hear this message. I decided to put it out there because I had a few conversations with clients that had quite a few things that didn't work recently, and got me thinking about all the times that I feel down because things that I have high expectations for don't work as I want, and that might be also useful for you. So, two main lessons here. Number one is remember, business is a game that feels way too real, but work with what you get. And secondly, keep testing, tweaking, improving as you go along until it works, because it will work at some point. The only things that is stopping you from making it work is that you might not have done it enough times, or you've not yet found out the fine-tuning. And if you need any help as well in fine-tuning your funnels, in fine-tuning your presentations and making sales from webinars and your online events or challenges, then hit me up, because I would love to help you. But if what you just needed from this video was a bit of a pep talk, then I hope that this was useful for you. My name is Simone Vincenzi, co-founder of GTEx. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time, and always remember that together we grow exponentially. Ciao!